That should be good. Alright, so right, recording. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me see what we got here. Wish I could turn this mic up. Alright, so the words are usually straight and simple, especially coming from her. Still, don't appreciate how she's meddling yet again. Here's the thing, I don't even know if we'll make up. We might just not talk to each other again, move on with our lives. And that's exactly what cannot happen, General. Don't you see? You move on, your loose ends, and your ends will regret. Fester inside you like mozzarella cheese in Indian summer. Even if it's painful, you need to make up. Uh, because by the time, it's already too late. Yeah, it's it's funny bad. She sinks into the bench for the first time. I realized that her chipper demeanor belies an exhausted face. Too late. Hold up. She spends a moment in pensive silence before she speaks, all behind her heavy words. Said, General, you know Soji, the unfortunate show who recently died. Yeah, I do. Hold on, let me see if my mic's even on. Yeah, alright, I'm good. More than I wish I did. He was in my class. Take a moment to swallow this fact. Soji had to be part of a class. Of course, I just hadn't thought of such an association. I saw him, General. I knew Akane. I knew their relationship. I knew she disappeared. And he was taking it hard. I saw the signs, every single one. He joked about suicide. He wouldn't want to talk with anyone except his closest friend, Haru. But Haru was in a different class. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't sleep. Wait, how she know all this? He was giving this stuff away. He was saying goodbye to everyone. Okay, and like nobody cared to report that. Nobody whatsoever cared to report that. It's morbid. Yeah, it's morbidly fascinating even while I can sense the heavy sense of guilt and Kira's words. Find the back of my mind cataloging that Soji was planning to die. The incident at the train was suicide. Yeah. I quickly catch myself. Now's not the time to think about this. Need to understand Akira. The weight associated with her guilt is not something that she should bear in the first place. Mm. He was a textbook example of a suicidal thinker, general, and I just ignored him. Uh, I forget it. Too awkward to talk to him. Too weird to approach him normally. I did nothing. Rui talked with him. Uh, Rui talked to him. She did what I should have. She did. When did she? No, that shouldn't be a surprise. That's something Rui would do. Rui with a big soft heart. The heart that I brutally crushed. I care. That just shows that his death isn't your fault. It shows you down regardless of what she said. Hmm. Uh, hold on. Hold up. Alright, no, I'm gonna get a ear full of shit later. Alright. We good, y'all. We good, y'all. I'll get to finish this episode. Alright. Yep. Yeah, sorry about the cutoff and all that. Fuck is that sound? Yeah, I'm not tripping. Y'all hear that, right? Hold on. Yep. Alright, what the fuck is up? Oh, right. That's why. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, that's why I hear so much of that shit. Alright, that sounds a whole lot better. Alright. No, General, I could have did something. Hold up. Oh, yeah. Bugging out, yeah. Hold up, my watch chat still on? Yeah, it's still on. Alright. Okay, so this shit is like slacking. Okay, that's why. Alright. So no, General, I could have done something. If I just talked to him. If I just smiled once. Just waved. Just let him know that he mattered. He died, General. He died, and I was too late. I always thought that Kira's bubbly exterior would allow all the troubles of the world to bounce right off her skin. But she's taken Soji's death harder than anyone I've seen. The pain in her voice is nearly palpable. General, that's what can't happen with Rui. Life is just too short. You don't know what the next day will bring. You could get run over by a car, or Rui could get run over by a car, or a nuclear bomb will hit Ishimu and wipe out the entire population. And what the... I don't know if she joking no more or what. Like, she bugging. Oh yeah, I'm trying to see where I'm at. Because I'm like, this is one part. Okay. That's 21. Done. Yeah, so I wanted to at least finish this scene. Alright. Okay, I know where I'm at. It might sound stupid, but you have to make up now, before you have any regrets. She laces her fingers together and stares at them. So please, talk with Rui, General. Don't let the scrimmage turn into a 7-year war. It's clear and open in everything, not Akira, but everything Akira. All at once, I know I should be empathizing with her pain, but all I can think is that I'm impressed. There's much more to her, a deep part that I never knew was there. I try to make up. Try to smile reassuringly, she returns it, her shoulders relaxing. Well, if you need some aid, you can always call for backup. I have a particularly dangerous concoction known as the matchmaking plan. What? All it requires is a nearby movie theater, a bouquet of roses. This isn't for a date. Well, who's this to say it can't be? I snort at this, but it comes out more affectionate than I was expecting. Let's stick with a simple apology. Well, General, if you want to be born, I do not want to give you help. I do want to give you help any. Oh my God, yo! I do want to give you any help I can offer. Thanks for the thought, but it's something I should do myself. It's between me and Ruri, so I'll take responsibility for it, not you. Akira freezes at this statement. Did I hurt her feelings? I appreciate the offer though. She only averts her eyes. I keep thinking her voice is about to pop up. Akira. Huh? What's wrong? Nothing. I just, that's really cool of you, It's very admirable. Admirable. I take responsibility for my own crap. That's admirable. Well, I don't know. It's time for me to get going. It must be. You'll be all wondering where I am. See you, General. Thanks for stopping by. And please make up with Rui soon. Bye. And just suddenly, as she appeared, Kira bolts away. Her words are strange, her analogies are unthinkable, and half the time I'm not sure if we're speaking the same language. But today, I felt closer to her than most of my longtime friends. Amazingly enough, I think we've actually started to reach some semblance of an understanding. Alright, so that's the end of that episode. And on to the next episode. I head back to my apartment, pondering the encounter in my mind. It's still light out by the time I return. The day stretches ahead of me, full of possibilities that don't exist. I could study if there was any point in doing so. I could hang out with my friends if I hadn't already screwed them over somehow. I should have just talked to them honestly and apologize. At the very least, their side of the story, try to understand what exactly is going on in their minds. Yet I don't. Even I'm not completely sure why. The only clues lies in this nagging thought in the back of my mind. Maybe it's better that they don't know you. Maybe it's better if they didn't have to blow off classes in order to find vague clues for a vaguer case. Maybe it's better if they weren't forced to deal with some depressed kid who never got over his sister's death. Maybe their lives will be easier. If that's the case, the only thing I can do for anyone really is to solve this case. Solve this case and stay out of the way. The key lies in my laps. Everything could change depending on what I saw last night. You're a coward. We'll see about that. I need to know why that exchange took place and what it meant. I break out of my train of thought, pondering my next course of action. If doctors can be trusted, all I need is a strong trigger, something that can give my brain a nice kick, like a bloodied corpse. Right, easy. I raise my phone, hand shaking, nausea turns in my stomach as I bring my browser search engine switching to mode to images. I can do this. For Rui, for Misato, for Yahiko, for Mr. Ryota, for Shigari, for the people who've died. Don't tell me they're about to reveal who the murderer is. If it ends up being Yakihiko, I'm gonna be mad. If it's Mr. Ryota, I'm pretty sure. Shigari, actually, it'd be surprising if it was actually real. For Misu, tap the screen with finality. Oh shit, y'all. Think we're gonna finally find out who the murderer is. A gruesome floody floods my pupils, pulsing my brain like black oil. It wraps around me, strangling my breath out of my lungs, laughing slowly in my ears. Too late. Struggle against it, but the empty eyes, the wash of the organs and veins, it sends my head reeling. I vaguely feel myself turning over, retching. Her laugh pushes at me, but I push back, reaching to the furthest depths of my mind. Remember, remember, remember. You could do it. A clear, high voice pierces through the haziness of my mind. What? I know you can do it. I dump into the yard of some primary school where there's a great, oh my God, one of these again? Okay, trees, skyscrapers, definitely a suburb. Like, I really just want to get to the thing. Anyway, I'm sitting on the swing. Tiny girl with legs that don't even reach the ground is on the swing next to me. She's a brave one. With every extension of her legs, she pushes it higher and higher until she's almost horizontal with the bars. Then I realize that I'm also tiny and my own legs don't reach the ground. This day I remember it well. I remember it to the point of painstaking details. I remember how the sun fell on my face, how the flowers sang in the wind, how the delightful shrieks of children were soundtracks that played endlessly in the background. I remember despising it all because no one should have been happy. Not when I had to move. Not when adults kept saying things I didn't understand. Not when Mizu was gone. So when they, uh, so when they come, just tell them okay. The girl's cheery voice broke me out of my thoughts. I was barely swinging back and forth on a comical ju- juxtaposition to her vivid enthusiasm. Okay. It was not okay. I was not okay. And I would just tell them. But as a child, I very learned that saying okay was the easiest thing to do. Saying okay made people happy. Saying okay made people leave you alone. But this girl was an exception. Hmm. She swung down. She suddenly ground her heels into bark, mulch beneath her feet, wood chips sprayed at me. I promptly leaped to my feet, yelping and oh my God, hey. The girl jumped from her swing, landing in front of me, and when the sun stood, her hair seemed to glow like fire in the sunlight. Promise! I flicked bits of bark off of my elementary school uniform, nodding dully. Okay. Piggy promise? She stuck out her hand. I shoved mine in my pocket. Okay. You aren't pinky promising. Crossed my heart. Hope to die? I didn't speak because I suddenly felt it funny. The girl's eyes widened. Or, oh, maybe you shouldn't hope to die. Your sister's already dead. She said this on me as a 7-year-old. Uh, had absolutely no concept of political correctness, so I only shrugged. Yeah, it's okay. There's a lot of trampolines in heaven. Trampolines and flowers. Okay. And the girl threw with her singing piece, leapt back onto the swing and continued her crazy quest to the top. I only made shapes in the bark mulch with the tip of my toe. Suddenly the girl hunched her knees to her chest and pointed frantically in the distance. Hey, hey, they're coming, hey! I shrank against the swing. I didn't need to look where she was pointing. I already knew what lay in that direction. Come on, Yama, get up! No. You promised. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You just promised. No, Hey, you, poop head. I stiffened and glanced meekly at the newcomers. 4 older children, bigger in every dimension, with glittering eyes and smiles that were too cheery for this time of day. Or any time of day for that matter. You're stupid, poop head. Yeah, why don't you play like us? He doesn't even talk with anyone. Really? Just stares at us with these freaky freak eyes. Like his freaky freak name. Yama. What a stupid poop head name. Why they just keep saying poop head? We all know what you mean. He's a mountain. The crazy girl slammed her shoes into the ground again, spraying mulch at them. They didn't even flinch. Instead, they grinned widely. Oh, he's with a girl. Having fun with your little girlfriend? Freaky freak. Ooh. I only hunched my shoulders and took the abuse. The girl, on the other hand, curled her fingers into the fist, crunching aggressively. He's not my boyfriend. We don't kiss yet. Yama and Rui sitting in a tree. Kissing. I bet he got cooties from her. Really? I don't have cooties. Ew, don't get too close, guys. You might get some. Run away! As the girl, Rui lunged after them. The four split and ran circles around her, laughing. I don't know what that word is. Hey guys, I came up with a song. Yama needs his mommy. Yama, Yama needs his mommy. Freaky freak, just like a llama. Yeah, what's a llama? Doesn't matter. Yama needs his mama. Freaky freak, just like a llama. Needs a girl to fight. Cause he has no might. Oh my goodness. They slapped their hands together, laughing cruelly as I fought to keep the sting out of my eyes and throat. Okay. I said this placidly, saying okay would make them happy, saying okay would make them leave me alone. But just as they were about to lose interest, Ruri slapped one of them straight in the face with her fist. Rage twisting her small figure, her target collapsed to the ground, snarling, but the rest only laughed. You hit like a girl. Is that the best you can do? Like, she is a girl. Freaky freak and his freaky girlfriend. I'm not his girlfriend. What on earth is going on here? The teacher jogged over to the scene, followed by a crowd of twittering students. Rue's eyes lit up, thinking that help was coming. I only continued to stare at my shoes. I knew what would happen. Teacher, these four bullies are... Teacher, Yama hit me. Look at him, teacher. I think he's going to die. Yama's not being nice. You said we should be nice, right? At the flip of the switch, the bullies had transformed into a pile of snarling, clueless victims to the oddly freaky freak. The teacher examined the scene before her pursing her lips. The crowd awaited her judgment. Even at 7 years old, I already knew what it would be. Yama, I understand all the bad feelings you must be dealing with, but you can't hit people, okay? Infuriated, Rue jumped in front of me, yelling at the top of her lungs. They're lying, teacher. I hit him. The teacher smiled tenderly at her. Ruri, I know that you are very nice and you want to protect Yama, but he needs to take responsibility for his own mistakes. Yama, come with me. We need to see the principal. Again. Okay. I silently got to my feet and passed through the crowd to her side, still staring at my shoes. I could hear the bully snickering in the background, but Rui grabbed at my sleeve, whispering but intensely, You know what? I'm going to ask Mommy and Daddy. I'm going to ask them how to get back at these poopy heads. I said that wrong too. Don't be sorry. You just wait. She released me. The teacher led me away. A proper criminal to the execution block. Tried to forget that encounter, to strangle the hope that was rapidly rising in me. Sooner or later she would get tired of me. Sooner or later she would decide to leave. Sooner or later she would just be another face in the crowd calling me a freaky freak. She never did. She moved cities, started attending the academy. I followed her out all the while expecting that one day she'd realize that she didn't have to be with a freak and she could have any friends she wanted. And on that day, I would move to Ishimu for nothing. But that day never came. I wake up blurrily to hammering, dull sound, almost like someone's pounding at my door. Open up, Yama Ishimoto. I know you're there. Come and get the door, you bloody prat. Oh, wow. I allowed myself a moment to take my surroundings. Looks like it's nighttime. How long have I been out? Don't make me break this door down. Attack drives further into my headache, making me wince. What's Elizabeth even doing at the apartment at this hour? Just quiet down for a second, okay? Stops. The door pounding stops finally. Turn on the lamp. I glance around. At some point, I throw my jacket on the ground. Thankfully, there's no vomit or other body discharge to be seen or smelled. Did I fall unconscious? Did nothing else happen? I'm waiting. 5 minutes, Your Majesty. Struggle to my feet to head to the door. A sudden dizzy spell knocks me over. Barely catch myself on the kitchen counter in time, but as a result, my hand slipped on a cup, sending it crashing to the ground. I wince as the harsh sound scrapes against my eardrums. Porcelain rockets through every corner of the room, skittering across the tile. Good God, what's going on in there? Dust spin in front of my vision as I struggle to the doorway. Something cuts into my foot. I roughly shake it out. Finally managed to open the door. Elizabeth's door glare probably melts into shock. Yana? It's like happy. I stood to pick up the porcelain, but my foot twinges with pain. Wincing, I crouch to the ground and examine my heel. Why are you bleeding? I point worsley to the shard of the cup size. Elizabeth sighs, gently plucking them out from the corners and dumping them into the trash. You seem to be getting into scrapes quite often. Hey, it's not every day I break a cup. She ponders this silently. It's only then when I actually clock the time. Wait, what are you doing here? No, exactly. How did you know where I live? She flicks the last of the shards into the trash can, then turns to me, hands on her hip. Is that what really matters now? Look, first we need to take care of your foot. Where's your first aid kit? Okay. I wordlessly point to the medicine cabinet in the kitchen, bottom shelf next to the stove. She strides to the cabinet, pulling a pipe of antibacterial ointment and gauze wrap. Foot. I can do better than that. Foot. I can bandage it myself. I can do it better. Are you seriously turning this into a competition? That wasn't what I... Just stick out your leg. I don't have the will to argue with her. I silently extend my foot. She wets a towel and dabs it against my heel. You're lucky that this is a shallow cut. This might not have any glass in it. Sure. She expertly slicks the ointment, then binds the injury in the wrap, as she's done so 1,000 times. The fluidity of her motions are almost hypnotizing. As she finishes, she suddenly speaks, her voice unusually soft. Why were you at the train station yesterday? I freeze at her words, withdrawing my foot and taking a step back. Train station. Did she see me with Ruri? Is this about Sojio's... I said Sojio. I can't say this guy's name for nothing, yo. Is this about Shoji's death? I decided to stick with a cautious answer. Ruru was planning on commuting home, so she had to take her stuff to the train station. I was just... That's not what I meant, Yama. And you know it. Why were you at the scene where an academy student died? My mouth runs dry. I work to speak past the ache in my throat. What? Soji Hasagaya. He died at the train station, and you were there. How do you know that? Looks like it's getting serious. Why would you just tell me? Why were you there at that exact moment? The pressure from her words bears down on me heavily. I make my way over to the couch and take a seat. Were you there too? Yama, just answer. How did you know? Why are you always so insufferable? I might not be your best friend, but trust me, just one whit. My exhaustion, my nausea, my dizziness, it accumulates me into a lump of long written resentment. Insufferable. I'm the one who was insufferable? I was just a normal student in a normal class. I didn't cause any trouble. I didn't bother anyone. Who bothered whom first? Whom saw and whom first? Like, who was the person who pretended to be my friend? I wasn't pretending. I was trying to help you. Oh yeah, you were an angel, nagging and criticizing and micromanaging me. You should have just done my homework for me. Let me ask you, did I ever ask for your help? Did I ever ask for you to tell me that I was trash at everything? Look, I admit that I made some mistakes, but I was trying to help you. Well, I thought so too, until that project. Don't tell me that I'm insufferable. You're the one who started it. Elizabeth bristles visibly and grabs my shoulder. Her breath is hot against my face. A current of lavender and vanilla brushes. Hold on. Brushes against my cheek. What did you expect? Did you think I would baby you around? You dumped that project. You left me to do everything. You don't know how many all-nighters I had to pull just to get that bloody poster done in time. That poster isn't even what? Worth anything? It's worth a grade, Yama. And grades are money. More than that, it was a city link project that was worth 50% of our grade. I blink in surprise at this. Honestly, I never checked the syllabus. The fact that one project would be worth so much is alien to me. Elizabeth quiets and releases my shoulder, sitting down at the opposite end of the couch and folding her hands in her lap. To you, coming to school is just pocket change. Not exactly. My parents aren't billionaires or anything. Maybe, but you can slack and come back another semester. You can scrape by at the bare minimum and stay assured that you will remain a student. But I need to work for it, so that I'm not a burden on my father. He's already so busy with work, the house, and with me. Education is just out of the question. She seems to sink inadvertently, looking oddly defeated. I try to work past my shock and phrase my next question delicately. Your mom, doesn't send help? She's dead. Uh, yeah. Yeah, makes life difficult. Just a little. She recovers and stares me in the eye. You already know that I'm a part-timer at the cafe, even while I keep up the illusion of being rich to others. But the absolute best thing I can contribute is maintaining an academic scholarship at the academy. My cynical side can't help but laugh. Scholarship? Who would have worked so hard to come to school like the like the academy? But at the same time, if I'm fair, I know that it's one of the best schools around. Shows you just how quality of education has deteriorated since the Depression. To you, Yama, it may seem like I only care about my grades. And yes, I was controlling. And I wanted to control every aspect of the project. But it wasn't just for a nice letter on a card. It was to keep my scholarship. If I had let things fly, I would have lost it. What? With you dropping the other end, the most I could have gotten in that course was 50 points. If that's worth half my grade, well, there goes my scholarship. I absorbed this quietly. Truthfully, I don't even know how to respond. I didn't know. I'm aware of that now. My grades are my livelihood, so is how I uphold myself by my peers. My extracurricular activities? My everything, really. A full scholarship to school like this is nothing to sneeze at. But you're basically a slave to this school. Well, I won't deny it. I felt that way a lot. But it doesn't matter as long as I can win it back. She trails off, her eyes drifting in the distance. I nudge her. When what? Hmm. Oh, nothing. Yeah, that looks like nothing. Yeah, like, that looks like nothing for real. Well, it's not important at the moment. What I want to know is why were you such an insufferable arse on that project? Low as I am to admit it, you were completely awful until it started. Oh, you weren't completely awful until it started. Her subtle insult almost seems to hold a teasing edge. It prompts me to reply honestly. Well, your nagging was irritating and your opinions were bad. But honestly, I didn't care that much until this one day where you mentioned my sister. Sister? She seems genuinely anxious at this nugget of information. You don't remember. I didn't even know you had a sister. Oh, interesting. At the time, I thought it was a deep insult. Oh, and your sister thought so too? Well, she's dead. Oh, a bit hard. Just a bit. I'm sorry then. I didn't know. Was that why you dropped the project? Something like that. Well, makes sense. A moment of silence falls between us. We work to process the revelations. Honestly, it feels pretty alien to share a civil conversation with Elizabeth. Up until just a week ago, we'd been at each other's throats on nearly a daily basis. This really is like Pride and Prejudice, isn't it? What? Well, I've gone so long misunderstanding you. Well, so have I. I guess both of us are Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth Bennet. I suppose everyone is to an extent. You more than most, Miss Half English woman whose name is Elizabeth. And you as well, Mr. Takes his wealth for granted. Before I can respond, she clears her throat. But this is getting off topic. Seriously, Yama, I need to know why you were at the train station. My guard instantly rises. Even though Elizabeth doesn't seem to have any bad intentions, just the mention of the trauma puts me on alert. Why do you need to know? Elizabeth rockets to her feet, her voice low as she glares down at me. Why? Because depending on your answer, you could be the primary suspect in the recent disappearances. A primary suspect? But how would she know? Why would I? I was just. Do I need to spell it out? Katsu Koyoboshi. He's a policeman, the one who found you in the forest a few days back. Right around the time they found a body in the same forest. A mutilated body of a student that matched the patterns of the disappearances. Well, Katsu's in charge of the Soji Hachigaya case at the train station, and what does he hear from his primary witness? That you were there, of all bloody incompetent people, that you somehow possess the intelligence and intuitivity to flawlessly kidnap and murder 4 to 6 people. I can't tell whether she's insulting me or fighting for my innocence. Not that it matters when she knows so much. How do you? She throws her hands up in the air. Fine, my father is the bloody superintendent of the bloody Ishimu Police Department, and Katsu is a family friend. Now, will you tell me? I'm stricken speechless by this barrage of revelations. Elizabeth is the daughter of the police superintendent. Come to think of it, maybe. Maybe she has superior knowledge of dressing wounds because her dad is a police superintendent. Pieces start falling into place. Elizabeth's atypical outlook on killings. Her systematic behavior during the school investigations, how she knew how to handle a gun, even just in laser tag. Something makes sense about her. If you're wondering, no, my father doesn't blab about confidential information. I learned this part of an investigation process that involved Katsu interviewing me. What? I wasn't even thinking about that. Then why are you wasting time? Just tell me what you were doing at the station. Napping? Told you I was just helping Ruri move. Those are the words I want to say, but I can't. What was I doing at this train station? I might have just fainted, but when I'm sleeping, when I'm lapsing, I have no clue what I'm doing. Elizabeth's frown flattens into neutral curiosity. Yama? I don't know. It's impossible to tell what's going on. Everything happened so quickly. The deaths, being drafted as an assistant, being fired, more deaths, fights, all over the space of what, 9 days? Since school started? You're just being ridiculous. You either did something or you didn't. Look, just say that you couldn't have had anything to do with Shoji's death. What if I did? Then say that you did. Is it really that hard? Hard to admit that you could be a serial killer without even knowing? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty hard. Then again, she just thinks I'm joking. And what if I don't know? Her expression implies that she seems to understand. You're not seriously entertaining this idea, are you? For God's sakes, Yama. You, a murderer? That's a load of rubbish. You can't know that for sure. Oh yes. Yes, I can. Look, it's bloody impossible. Clearly you're not an actual serial killer, or you wouldn't be acting this way. Therefore, there's no reason that you would have anything to do with these killings. Stars above for a rational person. You sure do awful little thinking. Oh wow. Shout out to One Up. Shoot. Where I did not, yo, I almost did not see One Up Woman's comment. Shout outs. Alright. So, ironically enough, the bite in her tone is comforting. She sounds so confident. Like, I could never be guilty. Like, I would never be able to hurt someone. In peace, she says. But she doesn't know about my lapses. She doesn't know that I could potentially be a completely different person. Look, you're many things, Yama, but murder is not one of them. You got to believe that. If you don't, no one will. Heh, what if one already does? Oh, oh my God, yo. keep mixing up the voices. Okay, said, heh, what if no one said already does? Then you got, oh, see there I go again. Then you got to show them. Show them who you are. Show them what you can do. They'll doubt you. They'll fight you. Maybe your friends will leave you. I mean, like that already ain't happened. But you got to fight back. I have no doubt that to any other person, her speech would be amazingly inspirational. To any other person, life changes would be made. And worldviews would be altered. Like, we're fighting back. Hmm. Don't let me put likes on like the comments. Hmm. Yeah, I'm like, they don't let me put likes on the comments. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, but fighting back, involving people, doing something. That's what I've been doing this past week. Uncovering, investigating, and taking initiative. Yeah, everybody's on my shit like I ain't been doing nothing. And well, we saw how that turned out. Like everybody trying to leave me now. Like, still, I have to admit that she stirs hope, even in someone like me. Her words make me want to leap up, to raise my fist, to fight back. You gotta fight back. I just don't know if that'll make things better or worse. You know what? Thanks, Elizabeth. She falters, her eyes widen. What? That's the first time you didn't call me Lizzie. Would you prefer that? Oh, okay. Thanks, one up. Okay, so I can't do it in live, but I can do it on regular. Not particularly. It simply feels odd. Her eyes drift across mine, slowly contemplating. Well, done with your pity party? Yeah. As close as I can get done. I suppose, Miss Bennett. Fair enough, Mr. Darcy. After all, I know how you enjoy your parties. Ah, yes. Well, you can tell by my acute desire to eat, drink, and dance the night away. Why, the night is scarcely young. Wait, it's midnight? Oh, that was her. It's like, wait, it's midnight? She leaps away, pointing to my clock in clear horror. Okay. Oh, looks like it. Yeah, that's the thing. I try to read stuff so fast, like I end up missing like which characters are speaking sometimes. It's like, good God, I have to get going now. She hurriedly shoves the medicine back into the cabinet and scrambles to the doorway. I instinctively grab her sleeve. Wait, what's the... Let go, now. She doesn't look like she's gone. So I quickly release her. Something dawns on me. Ah, Academy curfew. What? No. I have a permit to be out because of my father's job. Does this curfew even exist? Or does everyone just ignore this? Then what is it? Homework? Sleep schedule? No, nothing like that. Shouldn't shouldn't it be obvious? A girl in a boy's home at a late hour? Oh yeah, that's right. It's hit it hour. uh, what? Just that? It's nothing to worry about. I've had plenty of girls over. Ruri was one of them. Heck, she even knows how to, she even knows the key code to my door. But Elizabeth doesn't seem to take this as confident. In fact, she turns as white as a sheet. Plenty of girls? It's fine. People don't care around here. I care. Do you know what this could do to my reputation? She paces agitatively, wringing her fingers. Her worry is stressing me. Like, looks like I said it's not a big. Look, like I said, it's not a big deal. Guys, girls, all over the time. Girls have guys all over the time. Like, it's just that thing. She stops in her tracks and stares at me. Oh, as friends. Well, what else would they be doing? Okay, so obviously Yama does not know. You know what? I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. Like I'm getting. uh, you're asking because you don't know. Yo, they really set me up for this. This is generally why people ask questions. Yes. And according to you, girls come over and guys come over and they just study or play games or eat dinner or whatnot. That's exactly. Wait, what are you thinking? Oh my God, I can't believe we're having this conversation. She covers her face and rearranges her jacket and quickly opens the door. Yo, it's funny bad. Must say, what up? What you? Wait, what are you laughing about, yo? It's like I'm just going to go now. Oh, you not gonna tell me? Oh, great. I can hear myself again. Like, what the heck? I left flabby. I left flabbergasted as she slams the door in my face. I can't even get in a word. How you gonna let her slam like your own door in front of your own face? Well, that was abrupt. I swear, I'll never know what's going on in that head of hers. Yeah, it probably doesn't mean anything to you, Yama, but I believe you. Before I make a move, she promptly shuts the door again. This time I hear the rapid plink of her shoes against the apartment hallway as she strides out of the complex. Did she really just come back like that? Oh my goodness. What I was about to say, oh, that was weird. My goodness. Alright, so. Now I had to make sure my niece is alright. I was gonna bug out on. I was about to black out on folks. Like, they don't even know. Yep. Alright. Alright, I'm back. Wait, did I even pause? Nope, I did not pause the recording. Eh. Oh shit, it's like 41. Alright, so. You know what? I'm gonna finish this. I, I doubt I'm gonna get into a next episode, so yeah. Yeah, nah, you ain't missed nothing. I literally had to pause it right around the time I think um the buffer happened. So yeah, you didn't miss nothing. She believes in me? Her, of all people. Elizabeth, Ozaro, believes in me. Well, that's just like the irony of life, I suppose. I can't deny it's reassuring in the most bizarre ways. She's more confident than I am in my own innocence, and it feels nice to have someone like that on your side. A fighter, a warrior, someone who knew, someone who you know will tell the truth to your face, even if you don't want them to. I can trust her, weirdly enough. That is sad, yo. Yeah, yeah, cause like I don't know how much you've seen of like the stream so far one up, but it's like his friends, his closest friends, have basically ditched him because he's known as the guy that usually doesn't really try with anything he does. And the 1 week he does, everybody's just quick to dip out on him. I'm like, yo, that's some sad shit. But anyway, the boost to to my mood gets me into an investigative mode. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it gets me into an investigative mood, but I managed to stave it off. For now, I need to go to bed and get some rest. Oh my goodness. Everybody keep hitting me up. I got so much editing to do later with this. Everything's okay. I'm putting my phone on vibrate. Let's see if I'm okay. If I'm going to tackle this crime, I need to do it on an alert and a lot of sleep. Yeah, I don't know what's up. It's like these words is overlapping now. Then again, I'm technically like almost 4 hours in this session. Yeah, it is messed up. Okay. I'm tossed awake by the rattle of a jackhammer just outside my window. What? It's still dark out. My eyes are blurry. I rub them and squint into the street. A handful of men garbed in orange are huddled around some crack in the middle of the road, surrounded by the large tree trunks. Definitely construction work of some kind. I fall back onto my bed and jam my pillow over my ears, but it's futile. The noise pounds straight through my wall. No matter what way I turn, it continues to throttle me from all sides. Aggravatedly, I leap out of bed and head to my living room, kneading on the tension between my temples. Of all times to choose construction, did they really have to do it at such an ungodly hour? I retreat to my living room and lie on the sofa, but sleep avoids me. Looks like it's gone for good. Well, clearly, this is going to work. I decide to get up and start the day. Let's see, breakfast, fridge. Let's see, completely empty, of course. Shoot, I thought I had like a box of Frosted Flakes or something. Like, damn. To be honest, it's been a while since I've gone grocery shopping. But does that, but that does nothing to stop my growing irritation. This looks like it's going to be a fantastic day. Sarcastically. I heard, I head to the door, but suddenly an alert on my phone stops me in my tracks. Oh shit, it's like 6 a.m. It said, I have not heard from you from some time, Mr. Troll. Is the night bothering you? Nights can be unreasonable. No, no. I don't need another mysterious email. I don't need advice. I don't need any of this shit. Unreasonable. Wait, wasn't there something about the case that was unreasonable? Come to think of it, maybe I should check into the independent killings. From the sounds of it, those killings might have a substantial connection to this case. Well, I guess the internet exists for a reason. Alright, I'm gonna save here. Okay, so my niece should be coming soon. So what I'm gonna do is, I guess I'm gonna go over this theory with y'all. But first, I'm gonna end the episode, so I'll catch those people later. And alright, so yeah, that's probably as far as I go as far as like the episodes for the day, because it's like, what the heck? Did my light turn off? Yeah, my phone is bugging. Still good? Yeah, I'm still good. Alright. So, give a little scenery. So, basically, okay. So, I can just go into my whole spill. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as my session goes. Anything else is just basically me just talking, like going over deductions and all that. Because the main thing about this thing is that it's a detective. It's basically kind of like a detective type of game. So it's like I gotta go into my detective mode now, or eventually. Trying to. Let me see. Yeah, so yeah, no, I know one up. Like this is basically just a section where I'm just gonna go over like as far as like my deductions on the cases and all that, and just like basically like as far as like my whole perception now on Yama's friends. Cause like my whole thing is I'm like I don't understand how. Yeah, it's like I don't understand like how like his friends just really desert him like that. Well, actually no, I do. Cause okay, so first we're gonna start off with his friend Masato. Masato is like he's like this jock but this genius guy at the same time. And at first it seems like everything's cool or whatever, but then I slowly start noticing this one pattern. There's one weird pattern where like his see he likes Yama's best friend. That's what I'm getting from it. And because of that, like they slowly start like beefing with each other. But Yama doesn't realize it until like later on. Like until like now because they're not cool with each other. They find each other and like Masato's just like giving them vague answers on why he doesn't like why he's mad at Yama. Because at first you're thinking like, oh, okay, he's just mad because Yama is not doing track with him. They're friends and all that. But it's like as I started seeing the game go on, I started noticing I'm like he has feelings for Rui. And I guess he notices Yama's trying not to hurt Rui. But like Masato's kind of getting into the business because he likes Rui. And I guess he sees how Yama's got people texting me now. I guess he's seeing how like Yama's treating Rui in a way, trying to avoid like hurting her feelings. So he's just, I guess, like deep in his mind, whether he realizes it or not. Like, cause I've been there. It's like you don't like to see the girl you like getting hurt. So it's like he's slowly getting mad for that reason. But he's not expressing it. And because he's not expressing it, like Yama's just like instantly confused. So Masato's just blaming everything on Yama like not trying. He's thinking this is another thing Yama's not trying. He's not trying to like be with Rui. He's not trying to give Rui a chance. So that's what I'm assuming from. Or he could actually see it from Yama's point of like view, and at the same time it's like Yama's not even trying to tell her why like why he shouldn't belong, like why they don't belong together, or why he doesn't want to be with her. So that's first friend out the way. So as far as Yahiko goes, Yahiko just disappeared. That's all I can get from that. Yahiko just disappeared. They ended up showing up later that they're making Yahiko kind of look like a suspect now too. But yeah, Yahiko started avoiding Yama after a while for whatever reason, for like his happy club or whatever. So that ends up happening. Yeah, I was shaking my head at that too, like with Masato. But yeah, so for whatever reason that happens. So then Yama's taking Rui's stuff to the subway. They see Yahiko talking to this one guy, Soji. Now Soji, I have a funny nickname for him. I call him Drake. And the reason why I call dude Drake is cause it's like, well, I end up feeling bad calling him Drake, but it's like, yo, he is really just like extremely sad because his girlfriend got murdered. And I'm like, okay. But at the time, it's like I'm thinking like, okay, the girl's still missing, and Yama says basically that that he's gonna get over it quick. And my whole thing is, I thought the girl was cheating on Soji, so I thought like it was just one of them situations. I'm like, okay, but nah, Soji actually really cared, and Soji ends up committing suicide twice. But the second time, he actually goes through with it. And he actually manages to make it. But during that time, Yahiko's trying to stop him. So then eventually Yama has like this lapse because like seeing Soji die, I guess triggered something. So from there he doesn't even, like Yama doesn't know what's happening. And then we go back to Yama waking up at his apartment with Rui. Rui is like trying to comfort Yama and all this at first. Alright. So what ends up happening, like the first time when Yama was fighting with Masato actually. When Yama was fighting with Masato, that same day, around that same time, literally, Soji was trying to drown himself in the river, and Yama managed to save him somehow. Like, I still don't understand that part either. Like, somehow he managed to save him. So, okay, so now we're back with Rui. So Rui, yes, Rui helped Yama back to the apartment, whatever, because she knows about Yama's lapse. She knows that Yama has like these lapses in memories and all that. Because for some reason, like Yama has this condition where it's like sometimes, like, I guess his mind goes on autopilot. I guess that's a better way of saying it. Like his mind will go on autopilot. So he's kind of like two different people. Yeah, so he's kind of like two different people. So Rui knows about this. So Rui's comforting him at first, but unfortunately Rui ends up saying, it's like Rui ends up getting mad because like Yama like didn't mention that he almost drowned trying to save Soji, like the first time he tried to commit suicide. Like, so she gets mad at that. So at first it's like it's understandable and all that, but then Rui like starts taking it a step too far and making it seem like Yama can't do anything for himself, that like Yama's not good at anything and all this other stuff. So then they start like beefing because of that. And then from there, like their friendship's suffering now. And Yama and Rui aren't cool no more. So basically Yama's only cool with Mizaki, Elizabeth, Akira, and this one other girl named Irie. You probably don't know who they are. But the girl you just seen like earlier, that was Elizabeth. And the funny thing is, her and Yama like got like this beef thing going on. Like they beef or whatever. So yeah, that's basically to sum it up. I'm like, so Masato, like I knew he was a traitor for a minute. Because it's this one, like I still gotta upload the episodes. This is one scene where they're chilling or whatever, and then like Rui's talking to Masato. You see Masato blushing and all this other stuff. So instantly I grow suspicious. Yeah, so instantly I grew suspicious instantly as soon as that happened. Cause like I'm just like, wait a minute, why are you blushing at this? I'm like, I've never seen you once blush. Like I'm suspect of something there, like, and that's sad. That's sad, but it's true. Like I had a feeling, like as soon as that happened. So Masato doing everything he did, like I wasn't surprised at that. But Yahiko, that kind of threw me in for a loop. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm trying to think. I think that's about everything. But I'm like, yeah, Yama basically at this point has like no real friends like that. Oh shit. Alright, you're gone. Alright, y'all. I'll catch y'all. I gotta head out. Yeah, I know too. Alright, one up. Yo, thanks for the love, yo. I appreciate it. But yeah, I gotta stab out though. Alright, I'll catch y'all. Peace out.